Spin. He's on the left, on the left. Be careful going through there. That looks good, bro. Keep it up.
Oh. Sorry if anyone was talking, I had my voice chat muted apparently.
No, I stepped away, but I'm back now.
Yeah, they're gonna slow you
well,
way down. Great lap, that last lap.
Track is hard.
Good lap. slow down.
Why is that on right? Wow, there's some lag on that iPad. I'll take another drink here in half a minute. I had the packet loss symbol up during the league race last night, but it didn't get worse.
I guess if it didn't kick you back to the pits, it wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't flashing. It was just there up. Every time I looked up, it was like, there it was. Like, oh, there it is.
I have a penalty today, so this will be a drive around to the back race for me.
I usually end up there one time or other, so we'll hang out. I'm trialing the new pedals today.
Nice. Which ones you get?
I got the Formula P1000s with haptics.
Nice. I hear they're quite good. It's the same ones Pat has.
Yes, yeah, that was one of them, and the fact that the haptics tie in perfectly. Did I do the same with your 2000s?
Yes. Yep. Same. The only difference with actually no, the 2000s I got originally, the 2000s didn't have a box that the haptics plugged into. You have to have a separate box. But the updated 2000s that I got had the box. The only challenge I had was it didn't say that they came with the box. So I bought one, and I just returned it.
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
they all just plug in.
Yeah, really neat. Just bang, away you go. And I wish I could have some angle change, but it sounds like I might have a rig in my future, so that problem goes away.
Sweet, that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, when the wife says, you know, you're taking up too much room, what would be less room? Well, the rig would be less room.
That's true. I can adjust the angle, I've just never done it. I should try that.
And just like the pedal, it's got that articulated section at the top, so you can change the angle of the pedal faces, which will do something, but I haven't played with that yet.
Yeah, no, I just mean on my rig, I've got a slider for my pedals, but just looking at it, it does have adjustments for angles, so I don't know, I've never played with it.
Oh, yeah. A little's good. It depends on how you push the pedals, I guess.
Yeah, I guess if it was tilted up just a little bit at the back, that could be cool.
Yeah. There's
something to do tomorrow.
For all of Muradness's crap, he does have a couple of good videos, and he has a good one on setting up brake and using the quads to brake instead of ankles and stuff.
Interesting. Okay.
He actually has a full one on angles of the dangle and seat versus ankles versus knees and all that. So that could be useful.
Well, I seem way out of my depth here. It's my first race, and I'm like 3.5 seconds off.
I was 5 seconds off when I started.
Yeah, so one thing, at least for me, well, I've been here obviously since the start, but like one thing that I've heard lots of people say when they come into the league is like they really have to get used to not worrying where the top people are. Because those are typically, like, this is a relatively small grid on Wednesdays, but especially on our bigger grids, like you'll be in a field with people that you would never race with normally in iRacing because of their iRating or just their skill level. So like, yeah, for me, I just found like I have to set a goal for myself because like 1:33.6 is never happening. So like my goal today is I want to get into the mid 35s by the end of the race and have a clean race. Like that's it.
You're right on. Yeah, my goal is to not screw up anybody else's race and get kicked out. We'll see how that goes.
Well, getting kicked out is pretty hard. We have had to do it a few times, but it has only ever been people that did stuff on purpose. So definitely happy to have people learning. And I mean, you might get a penalty if you mess up and impact somebody. I got a penalty last week though, so like it happens to everybody. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks.
If you haven't heard it before, we are a learning league. So we're all at various stages of learning. And
actually, with a couple of the new guys that joined, we now have people from iRating of 800 all the way up to almost 11,000.
That's pretty dang high.
Yeah, I mean, there's people in the league who do esports professionally, and there's actually professional real-life race car drivers that race in the league occasionally as well. So you get a pretty wide range.
Yeah, well, I just bought this track 2 weeks ago. This is my second time full racing. I did like a couple races against the AI last week.
Nice.
Oh, good thing.
So lots of places I can improve for sure, but you're always like wondering where you're like, how the heck do I cut off 4 seconds off of a time?
Well, let me give you a hint. Caleb is taking, where are we? Turn 8 flat in 6th when he's got the tires hot. And I am lifting in 5th. So that's where he's the 33.6 guy. So yeah, you haven't just pounding around.
Just gonna say, if you haven't done it yet, highly recommend download Garage 61. It's free.
Oh yeah, I actually have that.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, because then a lot of the guys share their laps on there, so you can just click the teammates if you join the West Coast Racing team, and then you can compare your lap, and it'll show you exactly where you're slower than them. I do that sometimes. Like, I'm not going to catch up to Caleb, but like I want to know like what gear are they in. That's typically where I start, and it's like, oh, okay, cool. I'm downshifting or I'm upshifting where I shouldn't, and then I work on braking, and then I work on throttle, and blah blah blah. But it's pretty useful for a free tool.
Well, thanks for the pointers.
No worries. I'm going to do the drivers meeting. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday night's Super Formula Lights, sponsored by Justin Lawyer, who I don't believe is here. If he is, hello, Justin. If you're not, we remember you. We are going to be doing 30 minutes, as always, of racing here at Hungoraring. Quali starts in about 9 minutes time. Our quali sessions are 10 minutes or 3 laps, whichever comes first, and it is lone quali. So the only rule is you go out and try. We want everyone to try and set roughly representative laps so that there's less chaos at the start. And you get 3 laps to do that. If you do invalidate all 3 of your laps, no big deal. You can still race, but yeah, we try and have everyone set a quali lap. After quali, we will go into the race. The race is a standing start, and it is an orange zone for the first lap. So any incidents that happen in the first lap will be judged more harshly. So take it a little bit easy. Remember, everyone's got cold tires and cold brakes, and try and get into a little bit of a groove before we start battling too hard. Beyond that, throughout the race, there will be incidents. It's not a big deal. If you have an incident, first things first, hold your brakes. Making sure you rejoin the racing line safely. And then there are 2 fast repairs waiting for you in the pits. So if you have to tow, or if you get back to the pits and you're damaged, you can get right back out and keep racing. Definitely encourage you to do so. Lots of points up for grabs with grids this size, so it's always worth finishing the race. If you're involved in an incident or someone else you think causes an incident, biggest rule at WCR is no calling people out. So that's on voice chat, text chat, in Discord after a private message, doesn't matter. You'll get a penalty if you do that. Best thing to do, go to the settings channel, click the Google form, fill it out with race, lap number, corner number, who it was, and what you think they did, and the stewards will review it and give penalties where needed. For example, last week, I did not take my own advice, and I overtook my brakes on the first lap, and I murdered Jose. So poor Jose had to suffer for that, and that means that I got a penalty. So as a reminder to myself, I have to serve a drive-through penalty sometime after the second lap, and I will then report it in that form I just mentioned that I served my drive-through. So if you get a medium or higher penalty, you will get either a drive-through or a stop and go, and we'll tell you how to take care of that. But today, it's just me, so you guys don't have to worry about it at all. And yeah, hopefully no one else will be visiting the pits with me today. At the end of the race, the leader typically picks somewhere that we all stop and take a picture, use it for social media, and it's kind of fun. You don't have to do that, but you're welcome to. But just be aware, somewhere after the checkered flag, there will be probably a whole group of cars stopped, so don't pile into us, it hurts. And I think that's pretty much it. Voice chat. In-game voice chat is just for race control, so please don't use it. If you want to chat, be in the Discord. There'll be a little bit of chatter. We don't have full conversations, but a little bit here and there is fine. If you don't want to hear any of that, don't be in the Discord, and you shouldn't hear any chat throughout your race. Any questions? All right. No questions. Good luck in qualifying, everybody, and have a fun race.
Love you.
Thanks, Mike.
We're up to 15.
Yeah, over the first 3 races, we averaged 14 drivers per race in SFL, which is the lowest of the 5 series. F4's averaging 16, P-Cup's averaging 26, GT3's averaging 43, and LMP3 GT4 TCR's averaging 53. But it's only 3 races, so it's not like great numbers yet. I'll look at it again kind of mid-season and see how we're doing.
Yeah.
Well, the question always is, how much fuel?
Oh, about 30 minutes and 30 seconds worth? Give or take.
Well, my nifty setup from our league sponsor VRS tells me 29.5 liters or 7.8 gallons. So it's normally a little heavy, but looking at my fuel burn, I'm using like 1.25 liters a lap, so that should be pretty close.
What'd you say, Sean, in liters?
29.5.
29.5, and that was such a smooth VRS plug. So subtle. Well done.
I try.
Yeah, that was nice.
Gotta help these sponsors out, man.
Yeah.
They keep the wheels running
no,
here.
well, obviously we appreciate them.
Now available with 30% discount.
Right.
right.
Or if you buy a year, plus we'll be giving out some more coupon codes soon for free subscriptions. And I've got my Outlap Hyper Grip gloves on, which are, the Thursday night one of the sponsors. So, I used Trophy AI to help me prepare for the race. So,
Yeah, I did that too. But I've already got Apex, so they've
Nice,
got me
nice.
for the year.
makes sense.
And then Trophy went and got Grid and Go. It's like, oh. That'll be a
Apex-
hard choice come
is it-
Black Friday.
Is it just a setup shop, or does it also provide like an AI coaching service like Trophy?
Which
Trophy's
one?
the only AI coaching that I know of. VRS has setups and coaching and hardware, obviously. I think Apex is just setups.
They do coaching via Discord, like group coaching.
Okay, do live coaching.
Yeah.
Cool.
I haven't tried it though, so I can't vouch. I do know of its existence.
Yeah, the only live coaching I've done is with Driver 61, which Trophy AI is part of, but before the Trophy AI was around, I did live coaching with them, and that was always quite good. I've heard very good things about Swelio as well. The coaches that they have over there are apparently excellent. And I own his course. I haven't started it yet, obviously. But yeah, I do own the course. So one of these days, I'm going to go through that. Discount code in the sponsor channel. Got to come up with something to plug Gripworks and IO Secure for, because like, I mean, I want to go visit Gripworks next time I'm in the Seattle area, but I've never bought anything from them or anything like that. And IO Secure is a fantastic company, but yeah, I don't really need enterprise level internet security, so come up with something. Maybe when we launch our website, we can get them to secure it or something like that.
But if you
provide
did,
the certificates
you know
or
who
something.
to call.
Yeah, yeah. Website coming soon with a registration system. It's looking pretty snazzy.
The taking of 9 in 4th is what I'm trying to work on. Even 3rd,
Oh.
it's washing out. I was trying to think how to get to that 135.
Yeah. Anything in the 35s, I'll be stoked.
I think turn 4 is a good time sync. And then that 8, 9, 10 is a bit of an interesting one. Alright. Good luck.
Green flag.
Again? Same TV? Same TV? Oh. That doesn't count because I already have enough. So those signs, when I go past it, it makes me think it's tire smoke. I'm always looking for the wreck.
Checker flag is out.
That was an unexpected quality lap.
Well, there's your 135.
Yeah, that's on race fuel.
Nice.
Caleb gets some draft from one of us. He's gonna be a 32 in the race.
The estimated strength of field is 1,852. Like say hello all these great bands that are here tonight. This place is packed out. It's awesome to see. Like say hello all the families that have come out to run this race with us tonight, and everybody at home. Enjoy the race. Get ready to go here, bud. My boss man, we're rolling. Ready, green flag. Right side. Still there, man. Still there. Clear. He's in the dirt.
That train.
Ah, all good.
P1 is the fastest car on the racetrack. 33.644. Good lap. Good lap, bud. Pitting behind you. Slow on the right. On your left. Clear if you need it. Right side. Clear. On your left. Still there. Clear, clear, clear. Left side. Clear.
Sorry.
Man,
that
we'll
was
get
my
this
bad.
thing fixed up for you. go, 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 go. Left side. Clear, clear.
The tough corner.